probing allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system. Now, they will decide whether or not they will resume in camera. SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga, she has more for us on the latest developments there. Canny, you were showing us the increased security presence at these hearings. And of course, I see you've stepped inside right now. So what more can you tell us about what's happening as we lead up to that decision this morning?
Indeed. Good morning to you once again, Sakina, and to the viewers at home. What we can state in these latest developments between the two parties, that is the evidence leaders of the Madlanga Commission and, of course, the media houses, that is News 24 and Daily Maverick, that are challenging these in-camera hearings, is that there are negotiations at this stage to get a draft order between the two parties where they essentially will make some concessions to allow for their particular relief to be sought. So if you remember that there are two classes upon which the evidence leaders seek for these witnesses to be safeguarded. It is through in-camera hearings, which means a blanket close off of those hearings. And then there's a second class where they want the hearings to be anonymized, meaning that those witnesses would have to testify remotely with audio. Now, what the media houses are stating in their relief or their opposition to this particular bid is that they understand this need to safeguard the witnesses, but they're saying that the principles of open justice need to be paramount. So each witness needs to be dealt with case by case. That is, the evidence leaders will have to apply for each witness to testify in camera. And they're also seeking that the Commission provide them with the statements of those particular witnesses. Those are the transcripts of their audio, and only redact it where necessary. Now, these two factors from each party is what forms part of the negotiations that are currently happening between the evidence leaders and the lawyers of News 24 and Daily Maverick. They've come up with a draft order which creates room for that departure from the Act, or rather the terms of reference, in terms of being able to provide those particular statements and allow for those witnesses to testify in camera. Until the Commission's chair comes out and gives a final determination, that draft order or negotiations are not final yet. They are merely just discussions between the two parties. It is up to the chairperson, along with his co-commissioners, to come to the Commission and reach a final determination, which we understand will happen shortly before 9:30 a.m., where we can then confirm what the status of these hearings will be. But we know a draft order is being negotiated right now between the two parties, and what is really sought from the media houses is this principle of open justice. So they want to be able to have access to those statements and allow at the same breath these witnesses to testify in camera. Whether or not that will be made a final order, that is a draft order of the negotiations there, and the concessions that have been made by each party, that will be determined by the chair, retired Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga. And as you can see, that News 24 and Daily Maverick have not provided any different update with regards to that fact. So all eyes are now on the Commission to see if these negotiations will be fruitful or not through a draft order. But there is a possible resolution to this issue as negotiations are currently underway. Over to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Canny. And 9:30 is when Canny said those proceedings will get underway, so not long to go now.